In Washington that summer, attention focused on something else: the likelihood of the planned invasion of Iraq. More than ever, President Bush needed the support of Arab leaders who had long pressed him to help the Palestinians win a state of their own. Now, he chose to speak out.
My vision is two states, living side by side, in peace and security.
The young king of Jordan had a vested interest in President Bush's vision of a Palestinian state. The 2 million Palestinian refugees who lived in Jordan were a problem for him. The king came to Washington with a pitch designed to appeal to the president.
The king said, "We're going to support you in Iraq. We assume you're going to take military action. We will do everything we can to support you. But we need more cover on the Palestinian issue. We need a roadmap."
The president said, "What do the Palestinians want of me? I already gave them a vision. What more can I do for them? The Palestinians need to worry about security, and if they achieve security, then we would be in a position to discuss the next steps."
The president said the Palestinian people needed reformed leadership in the form of a prime minister. Somebody that we could work with.
I said, "Mr. President, with all due respect, most Palestinians are skeptical of your vision if it is not translated into a series of steps or a roadmap that start with security but does not end there and goes beyond that to arrive at a two-state solution."
The president had not quite thought that all the way through, but he understood the logic of it.
The president just paused and said, "I have no problem with that."
So we got authority then to start pursuing a game plan, as it came to be known, a roadmap.
But before they published their roadmap to an Israeli-Palestinian peace, the Americans had a condition. Yasser Arafat, who had led the Palestinians for 35 years, must hand over most of his powers to a prime minister. Someone had to persuade him.
I told him I need a meeting, just the two of us. The reason is I've been working feverishly on a constitution, a change in the way we ran our government. And part of that was the creation of a post of a prime minister.
I have been elected by the Palestinian people. Are you against democracy? Then why you are asking me that question?
And then the discussion really led me into the corner. He listened to all the things that will be taken away from him and said, "What is left for me? What will protect my authority?"
You are not accepting I am the only president who had been elected under international supervision.
And I said, one, you will remain the elected president of the Palestinian public. You will be elected from the public and not from the parliament, which gives you an edge. Two, you will remain the supreme leader of all the security forces. Everything else will go to the prime minister. And I had the surprise of my life. He said, "I accept."
Control of security meant that Arafat would stay in charge. Abu Mazen, an old comrade in arms, was offered the post of prime minister.
السفارة بطبيعة الحال رفضت. الموضوع الأساسي كان موضوع الأمن. كان هناك قرار أن الأمن جميعه يجب أن يكون موحدا في ثلاثة أجهزة وتتبع لوزير الداخلية. يعني طبعا كان الله يرحمه كان يرفض تماما فكرة أن يتخلى هو عن الأمن. يعني ليس فقط الأمن الوطني وإنما الشرطة كاملة، لكن لم يكن أمامي مجال إلا أن أقبل.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Prime Minister, who is in charge?
The Palestinians now had the new prime minister the Americans had demanded. And George Bush felt he'd settled his other problem in the Middle East.
The tyrant has fallen, and Iraq is free.
Now there was no reason for delay. America finally presented the Israelis and Palestinians with the roadmap. It was the first peace plan that required both sides to act simultaneously. As always, the Palestinians would have to stop terror attacks, but at the same time, the Israelis would have to stop building settlements and pull their army out of Palestinian towns. The Palestinians accepted the roadmap immediately. It was Secretary Powell's job to win over a suspicious Ariel Sharon.
Good morning. Mr. Prime Minister, how are you?
How are you?
He said that Palestinians make promises and we do things. And their promises never become things and we do things. And so it has to be sequential, and we can't leap ahead until, all parts of the roadmap are in sync. And it begins with the end of terror.
והסברתי שכדי להיכנס או להמשיך מפת הדרכים חייבת להיות הפסקה מוחלטת של הטרור, האלימות וההסתה. ארגוני הטרור חייבים להיות מפורקים, נשקם צריך להיות מוחרם.
The Americans said the roadmap could not be changed. But when Sharon's delicate coalition cabinet met, the new defense minister was adamant.
הדבר המרכזי שאני עמדתי עליו הייתה העובדה שהרשות הפלסטינאית חייבת להפסיק את הטרור.
אני אמרתי שאם אנחנו אומרים שעד שאין אף פעולת טרור, אין מפת דרכים, אנחנו מוסרים את גורל השלום לידי הטרוריסט האחרון שמצליח להרוג מישהו. זה אסור לעשות.
Then Sharon's principal rival in the Israeli cabinet spoke up.
What I said was that I think we should ensure that various guarantees for security are incorporated to ensure that the Palestinians do their part before we do our part.
Although the cabinet voted to reject the roadmap, Israel announced they accepted it. In fact, the Israelis unilaterally rewrote it so that their copy said the Palestinians had to act first. Not wanting to lose the roadmap before the journey began, the Americans opted to fight that battle later.